World leaders took the opportunity while in Rome to discuss the prospect of peace in Ukraine. US President Donald Trump met Volodymyr Zelensky moments before the funeral of Pope Francis. It's the first time the two leaders have met face to face since that outburst in the Oval Office.
For a short while at St. Peter's, mourners forgot the sombre protocol. Applause began as soon as Ukraine's leader arrived. Rippling out across the square as people showed their sympathies. No such welcome for the US president, even though, like the pontiff they'd all come to mourn had, he says he's working for an end to the war in Ukraine. Moments earlier on the sidelines of this funeral, but no less significant for it, more extraordinary scenes. Inside the Basilica, a meeting convened by allies for two leaders whose relations have become so strained. Presidents Trump and Zelensky sat alone after all the bad bloods between them. Could the solemnity of this occasion bring some kind of healing and salvation for Ukraine? Its president believes America's peace plan is so one-sided it could have been written in Moscow. Afterwards, though, the Ukrainian leader was sounding positive. It was, he said, a good meeting. We discussed a lot one-on-one, hoping for results on everything we covered, protecting lives of our people, full and unconditional ceasefire, reliable and lasting peace that will prevent another war from breaking out. Very symbolic meeting that has potential to become historic if we achieve joint results. At the ceremony, the seating plan had the two leaders far apart, but the mood music out of their meeting was sounding more congenial. It was Russia that Donald Trump was singling out later for criticism on his own social media platform. There was, he said, no reason for Putin to be shooting missiles into civilian areas, cities and towns over the last few days. It makes me think that maybe he doesn't want to stop the war. He's just tapping me along and has to be dealt with differently through banking or secondary sanctions. Too many people are dying. Donald Trump has issued warnings before to Putin to end the carnage, but will he actually do anything to stop Russia now? Because he hasn't yet.
President Putin has demonstrated with these attacks that he's not ready for peace. He's not ready to sign a ceasefire. And so President Trump, who is eager to get to a peace, as is President Zelensky, President Trump needs to put some pressure on President Putin, more than just telling him to stop firing weapons and missiles at Kyiv. It needs to be real pressure to bring President Putin to the table.
Today's funeral encounter was more encouraging at least than this.
You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
But the US president's sympathies have seemed to lie with Vladimir Putin throughout negotiations, even though he is the aggressor in this war. If his peace deal fails, the fear is Donald Trump blames Ukraine and Europe and renews relations with Putin's Russia anyway, rewarding its aggression and sounding the death knell for the post-war world order as we've known it. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News.